Welcome back to Beards and Brews. Hey, if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button and ring that bell. Not only does it help us out, but you'll know when we have another one brewing. This is week number 2 of Segaluary. Fellas, what'd you think of Hard to Kill?
I mean, they did kill him for like a minute.
A hot minute, yeah, absolutely.
But yeah, this is the first time that I'd seen this movie. I guess I'm up to 3 Seagal movies that I've viewed now thanks to this cast. And this one is the same.
I was expecting either a chef's kiss or like a gag sound, but this is just like very beige.
There's nothing that sticks out to me about anything in this movie or the last one. Okay, there were a few things that stuck out about Under Siege, but this one, man, it's bland and kind of predictable to me. I don't know about you guys.
I bet you couldn't predict it. Every time it showed the female love interest, each and every cutaway, she had a different appearance every fucking time.
Yeah, no kidding.
Because she came back to the house or whatever, like halfway through. It's like, did she go shopping or something like that? I could have swore she left in like a pink outfit with some big ass glasses. I don't know.
And like a lot of the time, not a lot of the time, honestly, but a few times I had to like think about it. Like, is that the same girl? Oh yeah, okay. She's got that sort of Emily Blunt look to her face, but like Emily Blunt if she was on the remake of Designing Women, you know?
Maybe, but sometimes she just looks like she took something blunt to the face.
Yes, she would go from mildly like hidden hot, girl next door with the glasses, the hair up, to sultry beauty, to what the fuck are you doing to yourself when you're not free?
Yeah, that one time she walked in looking straight out of a Whitesnake music video.
Dude, Steven was into it.
But yeah, this movie's kind of all over the place and kind of like all over the place that you would expect it to be too. So don't get too excited.
Well, hell, let's get the important stuff out of the way. Steven Seagal, cop man, law man, and he's doing cop stuff, and he's filming some people doing crime. They don't like that, so they tried to kill him. That's the plot.
But he was hard to kill, wasn't he?
Fucking impossible is the word.
Like, okay, let's cut to the chase. He and his family, they get blown the fuck away by these people who are just like in the middle of darkness, just doing crime stuff. And you think like in any other revenge movie, right? So like the good guy gets hurt, he gets into the hospital. Motherfucker, Steven Seagal takes like 3 or 4 shotgun rounds straight to the chest. And he's just like, nah, man, that's just not how I jive. Hey, get out of here.
Like, I kind of like some of the stuff that happens before he actually gets blown away a little bit. Like the scene. Okay, we talked about the scene on the dock, yada, yada. There's mobsters doing mob stuff, trying to kill a senator or whatever. I don't know. And he makes a comment like, come on, guys, I'm missing the Oscars. And then right after this scene, he goes into this like bodega shop.
Oh, yeah, okay.
And he's like, hey, fucking purveyor of this bodega, why aren't you watching the Oscars? Come on.
It's the worst attempt at just like bullshitting with somebody I've ever seen in my life. He just comes in, looks at the TV that's off, is like, hey, you're missing the Oscars, man, the most important night of the year. And I just like, who gives a shit?
For real. And of course we have to get like a little bit of something to show us how fucking badass Seagal is. Mm-hmm. So this group of cockroaches come scrambling into the store and immediately decimate the poor fucking clerk. He's like, I'm an old man. And they're like, dead old man.
Yeah, he just gets blown straight away. And then like there's 4 guys left and he's just like, I guess I'll beat you all up.
Well, neither side of like the counter carries any weight because these dudes are clearly armed. Mm-hmm. The stupid clerk is just like, yeah, I'm going to grab my baseball bat and walk slowly up to this gentleman with the double barrel. Mm-hmm. I'm like, nah, whatever. Just fucking waste him. Nobody cares. And then, of course, in Steven Seagal fashion, the movie has to immediately stroke his ego. He's like, hey, fellas, I see you got your gun pointed at me, but what you don't understand is you're already dead.
They're like, what? And then they all fall to pieces.
Yeah, it's like that ninja thing where he like clicks the sword and they just fall apart.
He does this like half cocky, half badass. No, it's like 90% cocky thing where he gets down on his knees and is like, hey, come and get it. And
basically,
yeah, like that's what happens. Like he's just sucking his own dick over here.
like the dude has a knife. He's like, oh man, like I hate that I'm 6'9" and you're 4'2". Let me make it easy for you. I'm gonna be on my knees. Don't make it even easier for you. Give me a knife. I'll just stab myself. You know what? It's okay. I'll make it even easier for you, and I'll shoot myself.
I ain't gonna shoot myself. Get over here so I can throat chop your ass. And then he fucking does. And that, man, it's his entire palm into this man's fucking throat through a wine rack. And Seagal, you could tell he is pulling no punches.
Oh, through this entire movie, I was kind of like half wincing and just like turning to the missus because I'm just like, I feel so fucking sorry for these stuntmen. They're not like taking a hit and playing it up. They're like legitimately getting cracked in the face.
Well, those like little fucking flips that he is doing, like they don't look like he's doing anything. Like he is exerting no effort to do it, but they're just like flip-flopping, just like right onto the ground, just like, oh, you're done. You're done.
In his defense,
I don't think he needs anything in his defense. I think he's got it himself. But go ahead.
If he bends your arm a certain way, your only choice is to go with it and carry the momentum into the ground, or have him pick your arm. The stuntmen are for sure going to do the flip because he's a dick and he's going to break that arm.
Right.
Well, dude, that last guy was like, "Please don't break my arm," and then Steven Seagal's like, "That's
Dude.
okay. I'm going to snap your leg off."
It's just like Rorschach. And he's like, please, my hand hurts. Will you stop crushing the glass? He's like, yeah, crunch.
Yeah. And then just like hard cuts to him signing fucking autographs or some shit outside. Everyone's just like, wow, thanks. You did a good deed. He's like, oh, no problem. I'm a cop.
For real, though. Yeah, but the whole reason that he went into this little bodega place was to get a nice bottle of champagne, because that's where you get that kind of thing.
Do you think he just like runs in this shit constantly? Just like going to the store just to pick up, I don't know, a baguette or like a paper bag full of groceries, and just like ninjas everywhere. He has closet ninjas. Fuck.
It's like
they are real.
He is just a parody, a serious parody of action movies.
Yeah, that's exactly
sure.
what it is.
Because there's no levity in this movie whatsoever. Like, everyone around him is trying their best. Maybe save for a few people who are just like, whatever. But like, him in the scene just trying to talk to people. Yeah, is there like a thing called anti-acting? Like, I just don't know. He's such a black hole of charisma and volume.
Well, what isn't lacking volume is this car that he drives off in. I kind of want to talk about it just a little bit, because this thing looks straight out of the Jetsons. First of all, I didn't realize that we're supposed to be in 1983 right now. There is no illusion of that as far as I can tell. 1983?
No. Yeah, the only thing they really show to make it seem like it's 1983 is that Steven Seagal's clean shaven, I guess.
I guess, yeah, but no, this doesn't look like 1983. It looks like, I don't know, 90 when the rest of this movie takes place. But the car that he's driving, it might just be like a normal car in 1983 LA. I don't know, but it looks very retro futuristic.
Yeah.
And this is the car that they chose to put like Steven Seagal, basic good guy cop in.
It may seem like a small gripe about the car, but now that you've mentioned it, like, I'm thinking of all this shit that totally comes off as him just be like, nah, don't worry about it.
Yeah, there's a lot of just like choices being made that when you just glance over it, you're like, yeah, whatever. But a lot of these choices, you do have to think like, what was the choice there? Like you could do anything here, but you went with that one.
You know what it was is the production company says, well, we're going to have to buy the car. And he goes, well, I want this car. And they're like, no.
I'm going to keep it afterwards.
Yes.
So he runs home to his wife, I don't know, gets to the fridge, and he has the camera that he was recording everything on. I thought he just threw the camera in the freezer or something, but
yeah,
evidently
me too.
not.
Because he said something like, oh, I'm just in the icebox. Don't worry, ma'am. I mean, my wife, I love you.
I'm going to be up there to squeeze your titty in a minute.
Oh, my God. That's his fucking move, dude. I was getting embarrassed.
Yeah. Like, we couldn't watch it. We were cringing so hard. We put had it. Oh, my God. Like, the hand went up, the face went down, and you're just going, please, fucking, I know it's coming. Where's the shotgun guy? Stop it.
It's like, please fucking kill her. Put her out of her misery.
Yeah.
Because, like, every time he has a love scene, I'm just like, he's taking advantage. He's taking full advantage.
He's definitely squeezing that titty, ain't he? Yep, there he is.
It's like a thing in the early 90s, especially in actions, where, like, the main character just has a case of the not gaze, and like he just took it to like the full extreme.
Okay, look at your hand, make a duck face with your hand, and then imagine grabbing a titty like that. That's what he's doing.
His foreplay is just like, hey baby, honk.
Yes.
I think he just wants to like smear the nipple around just to make sure that it's not a pepperoni.
Oh.
Please let these people blow this guy away.
Oh, fucking.
Yeah, but what we forgot is on the way there, he has a sleeping son that doesn't really matter until, like, I don't know, 3/4 the way through the movie. So, sleeping son in bed. All right, I'm gonna go do some sex.
Yes, 100% verbed as such.
Now, shotgun time. Some complete bullshit, okay? It's not even like John Wick where they break in. It's just he's in his house, he's upstairs, and now bad guys are downstairs.
They're just in.
Yeah, like, it wasn't even cool, like, you know, they hacked in or anything. It's just Steven Seagal's in the house, they're in the house.
Yeah, like as soon as he broke the plane to the second floor, they spawn in on the first floor, and he's like,
It's dark. He didn't leave a torch downstairs.
yeah, they can spawn there now. Fucking 3 creepers come up, and they start blowing shit away. Steven Seagal, being Steven Seagal, will not fucking die. And
no, not at all. So anyway, when they started blasting, like, I got this weird feeling because, like, you know, they're in the middle of coitus and, like, they're trying to get out of the way, or at least Steven Seagal's trying to get out of the way, because it totally looked like he grabbed his wife by the shoulders and threw her in the way.
Yeah, she just dies immediately. There is no hope for her. Once all this stuff starts going down, the kid starts running away or something. I don't know. He's not zigzagging or anything, so I thought he was going to die too.
Well, in the meanwhile, you got pre-1000 Steven Seagal just, like, absolutely taking slugs to the chest and just be like, motherfucker.
He looks like Robert Downey Jr. at the end of Natural Born Killers. His shit is just all the different buckshot blowing into him.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't care. And it's one of the most ridiculous yet most beautiful things I've ever seen on film, because this is your hero. Literally, this is RoboCop, you know, so graphic, getting blown away. Just, he's done for, but he refuses to die. You're just like, really?
It's almost like he saw Predator and he thought, like, yeah, man, I also haven't got the time to bleed.
Dude, it's the equivalent of having Mac and Dutch and all them line up and unload on the fucking forest, and he's just standing there, and then whenever they're done shooting,
oh yes,
the jungle is destroyed, and he's standing there perfectly fine chewing a carrot like, it missed.
The carrot, though. Mwah.
Yes.
Yeah, in the meantime, though, they think they got him. They think he's dead, or at least just put away. They start to, like, steal all the tapes that he's got on him, and, you know, we're just going to sprinkle some crack here and there.
Oh my god, that was so hilarious. Just sprinkling the drugs everywhere. Just like they're obviously dirty cops, but that's just like, all right.
The movie does a really shit job to make you believe that anyone would believe the bullshit story they're laying there. They're like, oh, someone came and shot up his entire house over some crack. And it's like, bro, what? No, dirty cop would be safe.
No, and plus he's got his best friend coming in the hospital and just tearing shit up, just like throwing people against the walls, like, don't you dare say anything bad about my Steven Seagal. He's got the biggest dick I've ever seen.
That was the cleanest man I ever knew. He was the most unstoppable son of a bitch I ever knew.
Cue him walking around the corner.
Well, he's dead. Sorry, he's dead. But wait, he's not dead.
It's just like, he's dead. Oh, wait, he's not dead. I guess we're stuck with him for the rest of the movie.
Yeah, the movie does a really, really bad job communicating information about this whole thing, because, like, the doctor just comes out and politely talks to the cop, and he's like, hey, yo, your boy's not dead. What? Shh, don't say a word. And it's like, what? The fact that he's not dead? There's like 20 people around, and some of them are the people that tried to kill him.
Yeah, it is kind of a stroke of quote-unquote luck that the doctor that just happens to discover, oh, his heart's beating again. He just stumbles into this room and is like, hey, the one not crooked cop here, you know your buddy's alive, right?
Yeah, of course. And I kind of wish it were in the movie where they go back to the room, they show, like, he still has a pulse, yada, yada, yada. And the doctor could just say something just like, man, it looks like your boy is really hard to kill.
What could have been, what should have been.
Let's reminisce about it. Oh, here we go, boys. Flash forward 7 years.
And what are we treated to? Rip off Laura Croft with a little bit of pussy trying to come over and wake up fucking Fu Manchu Seagal.
Yeah, this was fucking pretty cringe to me. She's just like, we just see her and he's laying there and she's like, would you like a little bit of pussy? And it's like a random kitten shows up. Oh, that's not what I was expecting at all.
I almost feel like this movie was made by, like, a European director who wanted to make an American action picture, and somewhere is like, no, it's a joke.
It's either like a European director or like a 14-year-old, you know?
Or just Steven Seagal.
Yes. It's just Steven writing his own lines.
4K no los dos.
There's some good shit coming.
Oh,
Now,
for sure.
Is
Because,
there?
like,
I'm looking forward to it.
well, I mean, we do get the glorious scene of Nurse being like, not Casey Ryback. You gotta live. Look at that big dick.
Yeah, she says that. You've got so much to live for. Lifts up the sheet and looks down at his crotch. Please live.
You hear something hit the floor.
it was the black by popular demand mug that the other around.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Is it? I feel like that's casual racism, but oh well, it's a joke on a mug. Let's keep it.
Yeah. It was 1980. Oh, this is 1990 now. It's cool.
It's the 90s, baby.
This is what really starts to set it off, okay? Everything leading up to this is just casual Seagal. We are treated to the next 15 minutes of him restrained to a medical bed, attempting to maneuver through the hospital using only broomstick.
Oh my god. His broom man chew stick had me rolling. Like straight the fuck up. Yes, he awakes out of his coma. Sure, whatever. But for some reason, hell just has to like drop on this guy. Like they know where he is. And the first thing he says is to the nurse, he's like, "Hey, you gotta get me out of here. You have exactly 1 hour before we're all dead. You don't like to be dead, do you?" And she's like, "Wow, you're crazy. Well, you kind of sexy."
You crazy, but I'm crazy too. Crazy about that dick.
She just grabs a handful of leaves.
Roadblock walks in, he's like, body massage.
Mr. Body Massage Machine.
Oh my god.
But I like how they show that he's coming out of his coma. Like at first you start seeing like a beep on his machine, like his pulse rate is going like through the roof as he in his brain starts to go through the events of what happened, his wife getting blown away, and then he starts getting, you see his hands getting pumped up like he's the fucking ultimate warrior or something.
It was a little embarrassing because
Yeah.
I almost feel like a conversation went like, "Hey, Mr. Seagal, you have an idea like what it's like to come out of a coma, right?" It's like, yeah, I saw that movie. That dumb broad with the pea soup, right?
Oh, dude.
Oh.
He's fucking for real. Just looks like he's having some kind of powerful wet dream.
It was extremely humorous because like that guy was just trying to, massage his muscles because of atrophy and whatnot. And he, the whole time he's just like, "You don't understand. They're going to kill you till you die from it. We got to get out of here." But it's like he's scream whispering while he's like motionless.
He even thanks him. He's like, "Hey, thank you for the massage, but we gotta go."
You gotta stop giving me a massage and get out of here.
And the guy's clueless. He's like, "Nah, it's okay. You woke out of a coma. You're probably crazy."
Also, with that facial hair, you're probably crazy.
Dude, it's embarrassing.
It
Even
is.
the missus was like, "They let that happen? Aren't they just supposed to like clean and shave you? That's literally one of the two things you're supposed to do to these patients."
He had more hair on his head after the coma than he did during the action sequences. Like someone gave him Rogaine or hair plugs.
He looks like fucking homeless Vincent Price or something.
Oh,
But like old homeless Vincent Price, you know what I mean?
Like they didn't even try to hide anything because like he lost no muscle mass. He was still bronzed, by the way, 7 years later.
I was born to look like a couch.
Yeah, so eventually he's getting chased by this fake doctor or whatever. He eventually gets out of there with the help of this Emily Blunt looking nurse. And for some reason she drives like a really nice, like, a drop top. What is this? Is this like an old Mustang or something? I don't know what this is.
Maybe. It was like an old white convertible or whatever. The guy doesn't even take a pot shot or anything. He's just like, foiled again.
I guess they got away. But yeah, I guess she's house sitting some fancy doctor's house up in Ohio, up the old PCH. So, you guys remember that part from Grand Theft Auto, right? A little bit later, we see a couple of pieces of LA that I recognize from being there.
What a one-up.
There's one specific place that I've been there, and you guys have seen that one before in another film that we've talked about.
What's that?
True Lies. That's the same hotel.
Are you serious?
100% serious. Yep.
That's fantastic. I wonder if they have a plaque for that, or at least in this movie's case, a doormat.
I did not see a plaque for anything referring to this movie, just the True Lies plaque.
I told you we needed more than that one fucking white horse.
But the fountain that they have in this movie is still there, and it still looks just as 80s as it did then.
Well, I mean, the house that they go to is timeless, I guess. And it has like this weird like Japanese feeling, and it's not explained quite yet, like that lady's house sitting. So Steven Seagal wakes up again in this house that's vaguely Japanese, and I'm just like, dude, you're from Michigan.
I just assumed it was Chinese because she said her doctor friend was in China for 6 months or something, but maybe it was Japanese. I don't actually know.
Either way, the whole explanation's just contrived because they're just trying to like add more to Seagal's facade, and I'm just like, dude, you just stop.
Like, you don't need an excuse to wrap a board in rope and punch it.
like a dad doing lawn care. He just decided to start punching shit.
Come on, we cannot not love his fucking Revenge Kundo montage.
I know, like, this is his second big picture, but I really had wished someone had told him to never film him running, because him jogging up that fucking hill just gave me just fucking chilly willies of embarrassment.
Okay, so they do the hard cut to him when he's quote unquote atrophied and struggling, and he's just running with his wrists flicking. He looks like a distraught little girl. I swear to fucking God.
Yeah.
When he's supposed to be tough running, he's literally running just like Napoleon Dynamite.
Have you ever seen somebody try to like doggy paddle in air? It's kind of like that.
Yep. That's a good fucking call. It's truly a mess. And never once during his Revenge Kundo montage, where you're supposed to feel threatened by his masculinity, are you? You just wonder why this man is wearing that type of muscle shirt.
Oh, it's the 90s, baby.
That's just the excuse for everything now. It's 1990. What are you going to do? Have some surge.
Yeah, it's the 90s, but just barely.
He's in no kind of shape.
Well, that fucking nurse is totally into it. So, like, they have this weird flirty moment, you know, in this whole thing. She feeds him some ramen, and it's supposed to be the moment where, like, you know, she's taking care of him, of course, because he's still atrophied. It's been 7 years since he's moved. But I feel like this is a genuine, just like, just give me the fucking ramen. I can do it myself. And he just takes it and just starts pounding noodles.
Did you guys see the bit where he's doing the chops? And I'm serious.
You mean he was just like chopping at air like a kid?
Yes, dude. It is preposterous that anyone thought that was threatening. He looks so comically fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, like none of us are like Aikido masters or anything. Like, I don't know if that's an actual exercise, but it legitimately looks like there was a bee in the room and he's trying to get it the fuck out.
He's working on maximizing his chi, and that gains like 2% per hour or something. I don't know what the
hour. He's just in there grinding.
1 XP.
Got to get that XP, man.
All right.
But he's also like, he sent little nurse lady out to Chinatown to bring him back a list of like herbs and spices or something. I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
And he writes it in like perfect Chinese script. So, you know, he's like international or something.
The explanation is complete horseshit, but I kind of loved it because it was horseshit.
That is everything in this movie, by the way.
Yeah, I think that's why it's kind of endearing to me, just because they just let him do it. Whatever. He goes on about like, yeah, I was just a little gringo in Japan or something. I don't know. I was young. I don't remember. I went to see my first martial artist teacher. It's like, hey, I want to beat the shit out of folks and chop them in half. And he said, okay.
Yeah, but first you have to chop yourself in half.
Cut to a close-up constipated face, but that's just him being enlightened.
Yeah.
What I don't understand is why he's got some like acupuncture thing that he's doing to himself too during this whole montage, but it's like incense or something. So he's like lighting all these acupuncture needle incense on fire. I don't know. This seems, I don't know.
I suppose in his head, he was trying to get to that point where he's just like, motherfucker, kid was right. There is no spoon.
God.
He doesn't need a spoon. He just needs some chopsticks.
But like by this time, like we're at the end of the montage, right? And he's just like, all right, nothing changed. He didn't gain any more muscle. Like all he did was earn his like little shot where he's backlit by the sun. That's how cool he is.
You talking about his tracksuit sunset?
Absolutely. It's Adidas tonight.
Oh, nice.
But old lady does bring back some newspaper clippings that she got from, I don't know, somewhere. all about the incident, what happened that night. That says like, all right, your family was slain. When he started, he almost has like a single tear come down.
No, I fucking disagree. There's not a single fucking sad look on that dude's face the entire movie. And there's like even bits where he's thinking about his family, and we have these like flashbacks to shit, I guess, that never happened. They just shot something.
Yeah.
And he's just like, man, that's real sad. But you know what makes me mad? Being sad.
You know what would make me unsad? Some of this nurse pussy.
Oh, dude, like 0 to smash in 10 seconds.
Real quick.
Oh my God. And it's another one of those atrocious moments where we have to watch him touch on this woman, but then he won't. And he gets this amazing self-reflection scene where he's looking in a mirror and he's just like, come on, Steven, you're better than that. You're a star. He's trying to run.
And can we just point out that little bit of self-reflection, thinking about his wife, by the way, was just moments after coitus with another woman.
Yeah.
Yeah, you talking about like when he goes out to the grave?
Yeah, it's all sequential. He's just like,
yeah,
I just banged that broad real good. Man, where's my wife? Oh.
There's a grave, Felicia Storm. I loved you, baby. Well, bye, Felicia. I gotta go fuck this broad again.
Bye, Felicia.
Yeah.
Yes.
And some more stupid shit happens. Inconsequential nonsense. And guess who shows back up? His buddy O'Malley. And he's like, O'Malley, you son of a bitch. And they clash, but not really.
It's kind of like the closest the movie gets to emotion, because like he doesn't cry, but like he grabs O'Malley and he just makes a real scrunch face, like maybe he's happy, sad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got a little question about this, by the way. O'Malley gets back in the game because he sends the woman to go talk to some old lady at this retirement villa.
Yeah. Well, that was her objective, just like to find where O'Malley is, because like I guess he was connected to this whole thing.
Yeah. But how does he find her? Like, if the point is to find him, where does she come from?
As far as like this is like a plot dump, but like as far as I can recall is that like while he's in the hospital, she called the information on his John Doe folder, and like he'd since retired from the police department. So using that name, I think she like reverse engineered to like where he would have been, that kind of thing. But like it makes no sense because it turns out he was taking care of his kid the whole time. So why the fuck was he in the retirement village? Exactly. Just exactly.
You just can't come at us point blank like that, Eric.
Well, speaking of point blank, what I got here today is hopefully not a blank. This is from Fort Point Beer Company out of San Francisco, California. This is their KSA. It is a 4.6% alcohol by volume. Smells nice and dry and bready. Got a pretty thick head on it too. And on the can, this says light and crisp. It does live up to its name. This is light. This is crisp. This is dry, bready, a little bit of like hoppy spiciness, but not a whole lot of hop bitterness at all. There's not a whole lot else to say about this. This is a Kolsch through and through. 4.6%. This is a good springtime, summertime beer. You can pound them all day. And if there's anything that's hard to kill, it is not this beer, because I will finish it before this sentence is over.
Well, speaking of some thick-headed nonsense, cut back to Steven Seagal.
Dude, are we talking about his walk and talk with O'Malley and his fucking tight-ass mom jeans showing off his man-molto?
Dude, yeah. It's a wide shot. These two fellas walking in what's supposed to be his property, but it's clearly a public park. And the entire time you're just focused on this dude's tight pants. I'm like, why? Why?
I can see where both your balls are, bro.
Why is the bean above the Franks? Or wait, no.
He's probably in the mindset of just like, yeah, I was going for more of like a 3-bean salad look.
Oh.
And 2 of them's your kidney beans. I don't know.
Either way, like his buddy's just like, God damn it, not Casey. I'm going to do everything that I can to help your kid. And we just don't see him again until the end of the movie in the prospect of like, oh, he's helping his kid out.
Yeah, I guess he's put the kid in like this fancy like Trinity prep school up in Ventura or something and told him dad's dead, we'll take care of you. Yeah.
So this whole bit gets summed up with O'Malley telling him, hey, we're outnumbered and outgunned. We're probably going to die, but best we can do is save your kid. He goes, nah, don't worry about it. We got superior attitude and superior state of mind. that beats everything else. And O'Malley looks at him like, what?
Yeah, guns kill people, right? Nah, I do.
All right, so after this scene, we've got one of like what I feel is like the sort of turning point scenes. Seagal is at home, just like I don't know what he's doing, watching TV or something, and he's got this voice going through his head, you know, the voice from the tape that one night, and he realizes that it's the senator that's, you know, had these commercials running on television. Oh my God, it's Senator Trent.
You know, in any other movie, this would have been the moment of reflection where the movie gives the audience a moment to put together the pieces for themselves. So this scene would have been silent. But somebody was smart enough to be like, this dipshit couldn't act his way off a wet paper bag. Let's put something here to remind everybody, including Steven, what the fuck is going on.
Oh, this line here.
Oh, no, dude. That's why they talked about the Oscars, because this is Oscar worthy. Not only is it a great line, but it has a great payoff too.
Yeah, throughout these commercials and even at the beginning, we know this senator's got a little catchphrase. He's like, you know, no new taxes, and you can take that to the bank.
Yeah, and like he remembers from way back when he was taking the footage, that's just some offhand thing he said to all the mobsters. So he's looking at this TV, which isn't on. This is all in his head. It's like, I can't. I'm good.
Jess, get in here. You need to say it.
You want to do Steven Seagal? Okay. I'm going to take you to the bank, Senator. To the blood bank.
Oh, he said it.
Bro.
But what sells it? Like, this line's actually really good. That's a hard-ass line. It's great. Fortunately, the movie cuts the lonely Steven Seagal still sitting on that bed for an extra minute, just thinking about it.
Yes, dude. It's his delivery, too. It's not intimidating. He goes, blood bank. Like, just like if you were like some little asshole kid being snarky.
Yeah.
So I was cracking the fuck up.
Yeah, because we have the extra moment of him literally sitting there like, that's the most badass thing I ever said.
But no, but he says it with the conviction of like, you know, an 8th grader who it's his turn to read the lines in whatever English classes he's in. Like,
Yes.
Perfect.
But meanwhile, there's a guy outside. Oh, God, it's time. Nope, it's just the hot nurse again. My son's alive.
Basically. I mean, otherwise, this whole movie is just propelled by, like, bad guys being there at the end of every scene just to get to the next one.
Okay.
Yeah.
There is a beautiful moment coming up because he's like, pack your shit. We got to go save my kid. Action. Bad guys spawn in. And this guy, Steven Seagal shooting, diving, whatever. The action here is not spectacular. And one of the baddies actually runs up and puts a knife to his arm and holds it there for like 1,000. And
guy with knife rushes up and shows it to him.
Look at my knife, Steven! Look at it!
It's 100% he never thought he would get that far. That's all that happened. He's like, fuck, what do I do now?
Meanwhile, the woman is like, the nurse is just like giving him like these little air fists, these little...
God, yeah.
Like, you know that scene at the end of Blazing Saddles where you've got like all those guys like, you know, dancing show tunes or whatever, and the whole like cavalry or whatever comes in. And he's just like, oh, you brute, you brute, you brute. Oh, that's what she's given to him.
That's the only thing they could think of to try to juxtapose Steven Seagal violently dismantling these people.
So she just has to be like, I don't know, a wet noodle?
Whatever, titty grab.
Is she just meant to be like side Paschetti?
He's there to highlight how many different looks one person can have throughout a movie.
And highlighted she has.
She's the wardrobe change because Steven Seagal won't.
Oh, that's actually a good point because the movie goes out of its way to say, like, hey, he used her credit card to buy new clothes, but those new clothes were just his old clothes.
Yep.
Speaking of that, I'm kind of curious, does she still have a job? Because she doesn't go back ever for the rest of this movie, since like that one day.
It doesn't matter. She even had the phone calls like, I'm not coming back. There were dead people on the floor.
Oh, yeah, her friend died. We sort of skated over that. I guess the bad guys got to her while they were coming for Seagal. I don't know.
Because, like, you're not allowed to be sad in Steven Seagal movies. Like, your friend died? That's a fucking shame.
Yeah, so there's a little bit of a tussle. All of these bad guys with every different type of gun that you would want. There's a guy with a fucking Tommy gun outside just, like, spraying through the windows.
Steven Seagal's big tactical move here is flop on the floor, wait till they waste their magazine, and just fire back.
Yep.
I thought his tactical thing was just get in the Jeep and drive away. Run over a couple guys just to get the Wilhelm scream quota out of the way.
Yep. For sure. And it's one of those things where, like, it's not fun or endearing, like that garden scene in Commando where there's legitimate, like, pounds of lead flying through the air and, like, the hero's not getting hit. This is just like, come on, man. Just, like, knock it off.
Yeah, like, he's hit. Why isn't he fucking hit? They're hitting him. Why isn't he hit?
His face is too squinty.
Oh, God. But they get away in the fucking soft top Jeep and they trade it to these gangbangers of some sort for some sort of, I guess, maybe a hoopty Camaro. And he drives back to his former home. They convince the people they're real estate agents, some shit. I don't fucking know.
I can hear all of your sentences ending in a question mark, and you were absolutely justified in that because all of this is just what?
Yeah. I mean, like, I get it. Like, in movie language, like, you know, they have to go back to the house to get the actual tape to put this dude in jail. But it just almost feels like a bad dream. He's like, yeah, I'm in the house. I got a suit. I'm reputable. I'm going to go in this kitchen and fuck shit up. Dude, your contract is a mess. See you later. You know? Yeah,
by the way, now that camera is just behind the panel where the fridge used to be. I don't know how it got there. I don't know. I don't know. Seagal, get at us. Tell us what happened.
So anyway, they have the camera. Whatever.
Fucking O'Malley's going to take the kid tuna fishing, some big fucking analogy. And Steven Seagal is now at some sort of Mexican restaurant. I don't even know what he's doing here. And everyone sees him and pulls guns on him, but none of them shoot while he continues to beat the fuck out of everyone.
Because, like, everybody either runs at him one by one, or he just takes his time and just works the group in a circle. It almost feels like Seagal or somebody was just like, it's been 10 minutes. Where's the action at, huh? I got so much ass kicking in me.
I gotta break an arm or two, or someone's gonna think I'm some sort of queer.
Oh, he's got like a contract like Vin Diesel. He can only take so many hits in a movie. He has to like break so many people in half in his film.
Motherfucker!
So they end up back in downtown LA at the Bonaventure Hotel, the aforementioned that we talked about being in True Lies. I just don't remember or know why they needed to go to this hotel.
O'Malley, the cop guy, he left a message there, like secretly. So it seems like he can kind of like throw everybody off the path.
Okay, so nobody's staying there. It's just like, hey, I'm going to call there and be like, hey, I don't know. I just don't know. But there ends up being a tussle in the lobby of the Western Bonaventure Hotel. Everybody's splish-splashing around. It's another tussle. We're in another tussle.
You just got to stop thinking about it because, like, these aren't movies in the traditional sense. These are just vehicles so Steven Seagal can just, like, vent his extra aggression.
Sadistically assault stuntmen.
Correct. There was that, like, one of, like, the main baddies or whatever, like, the really bad slick-backed mullet or whatever.
You're talking about Rufio's dad?
Dude, Papa Rufio is legitimately in pain. Like, fucking Steven's putting hands on him. And I'm just like, what? Someone says cut? Because, like, the camera doesn't stop. Like, it goes from one side of the room to the other because Steven's picking this dude up and tossing him into shit that doesn't even look breakable.
Yeah, there's a couple things that he bounces off of. And then whenever he grabs him in that handhold and cranks on it, the guy screams in real pain, looks off screen at what I can only assume is the director, and is like, ah! Like, I'm going to get this dude to stop breaking my fucking hand.
Yeah, but unbeknownst to him, there is no director. It's just a mirror in the director chair where he can still get a good look at Steven Seagal.
Oh my god, yes. It's just a cardboard cutout of Seagal.
Oh, what a shit show.
Yeah, so I guess the next and final leg of this is O'Malley is with Seagal's son, and he's going to set him up on a train to go to Albuquerque, and crossing our fingers, Seagal's never going to Albuquerque. That was never something that we actually expected was going to happen in this movie.
No. And the movie is 90 minutes, by the way. So, like, how the scene plays out, he's like, all right, kid, if the worst possible thing happens and the bad guys show up, you need to go over here. And the kid's like, hey, there's the bad guys. He's like, well, fuck.
It's okay. You're not going to have to go to war unless war were declared. What's that? War were declared?
Yes. Because they just roll in, not even trying to hide the fact that they're dirty cops or, you know, in deep with somebody. They're just like, hey, we look like a bunch of people about to shoot up the place. So we're going to just shoot this place up.
Attention, Union Station. We are bad guys. We would like you to know that now. Also, this place smells like Subway. It does.
And 310 to Philadelphia, delayed 15 minutes.
For fucking blood cleanup. Now, whenever he fucking kills Papa Rufio, did you guys catch that wicked guitar lick when he snaps his neck?
Yeah, I bet Seagal played that himself. He's a blues man.
Ooh, I like it.
So the next thing I have is they steal a Corvette. They just fucking run out of that hotel, steal a Corvette, and there's a little bit of a chase going on. It doesn't matter. We're all meeting up at the Union Station, right? He's just got to like break some guy's leg beforehand.
Yeah, and after the whole big chase, he gets his kid because, bad guys don't stand a chance. And he says, "Hey, lady, take my kid for me while I go kill the main guy." And the kid looks at the lady and is like, "Well, who are you?" And she's like, "Well, I'm your mother now." And he goes, "Sure."
Yeah, but like that's legitimately what he says. Like, "Here, take the kid. I got some ass whipping to do."
I feel like the story isn't all that long. Like, hey, I was a nurse taking care of your dad, and I had to get him out of there, so he's been staying with me. Boom. Also, we fucked once.
The story is, I was taking care of your dad, saw how massive his cock is. He told me how great he is at everything, and my vagina became a slip and slide. I am now so infatuated and overly attached to this man, I would die for him.
Slide, slippity slide. These bad guys don't have nowhere to hide. Because after the scene where he just tosses the kid in the van, he literally, absolutely 100% walks into bad guy hideout and just starts leveling them like dominoes.
This bad guy hideout, by the way, looks so fucking 80s.
80s dance hall pool room.
Yeah. This is like peak 80s.
He basically walked onto the set of Scarface, was like, "Hey, everybody, has anybody seen my friend?" And just starts kicking ass.
I like the one guy that comes up to him with a knife, and then he just stabs him with a pool cue.
Dude,
yes,
that was the one that like hurt me the most. Because his line could have been great. Like, "Buddy, you missed your cue." And I was ready for it. And you know what he says? "Fuck you and die."
That's for my wife. Fuck you and die. I don't know if that's gold or if that's fool's gold. That's somewhere in there. That's either great or terrible. Get at us if you think that's a great line or a terrible line.
It's so bad that you kind of have to love it. Fuck you and die. Because he's just like got his little hands going like air knives. Just fuck you and die.
Okay, if John Wick said that at the end of the first one, would you take that as like is that gold?
Fuck you and die from John Wick would be sincere, driven, passionate. You would feel the fuck you. You would feel the anger enough to be like, fuck you and die. And here it's just, fuck you and die. Like, all rushed, real quick, like he's got to go take a fucking caffeine shit.
Yeah, because like in Steven Seagal's case, it will just sound like, "Consider it a professional country."
What? The next to last guy is like one of the crooked cops that he used to know. And he comes at him with like a fireplace poker.
He does? But just like everybody else in the room, he's immediately dispatched. Just fuck it.
But first he does his best Shaggy. Hey, it wasn't me. It wasn't me.
I was blown away by the setup for this final kill. All right? This whole thing is going on. He's got to kill this guy. Total revenge. He writes a murder message on the underside of the toilet lid in lipstick.
Yes, he does. And I was extremely disappointed that the next time we see him, he didn't just have pink lipstick on.
Dude, yeah. Missed, like, it could have been like Kurt Russell, Big Trouble in Little China.
Absolutely. And there's like a little kiss mark at the bottom of the message.
Yes. And instead, he's playing Ring Around the Rosie on some stanchion in this guy's fucking driveway. And then he jumps out and goes, "Booga, booga, booga." Like, fuck, dude, come on.
It's a long road to the main baddie, but like, just like Tommy Lee Jones in Under Siege, this guy stands zero chance against Steven Seagal, and he is just manhandled. He has to like deep throat a shotgun, almost gets his balls blown off.
Yeah, this whole ending, like the boss battle, quote unquote, is he has no chance. He's hiding in a closet. That's where Seagal finds him, and then he just jumps out like a little scared cat or something. And is like, "Die!" And then suddenly shotgun in the mouth. Sorry, dude. Like you're not the boss.
No, Steven Seagal was straight up, Hey, Mr. Bad Guy from Die Hard 2, I got you.
Oh. Yeah, man, this guy's got a pretty extensive filmography, just being honest with you. Oh, he was in Bordello of Blood.
Oh man, Tales from the Crypt.
Yeah.
Oh shit!
Yeah, Billy Zane in there.
He's the first guy that has the little vial of Jesus blood.
Like, I haven't seen Bordello of Blood since I was like, renting movies from Hollywood Video just to, see titties. So.
Ah, yes.
Yeah.
Judging by this rental history, that's 48 times per species.
Yeah, buddy.
Yeah, you're not far off there. Yeah, so that's pretty much the end of the movie, right? The SWAT team shows up at the very end.
Yeah, they try to throw in a twist too, because like fucking all the LAPD shows up. They're like, put the gun on the ground, so on and so forth. And like, it totally looks like Casey Ryback is like in trouble, right? And one dude walks up, he's like, we saw the tape. Book him, boys.
Have you seen the size of that man's dick?
Yes! Man, I know this movie's not perfect, but it totally disappointed me that there is no blood bank in sight. Nothing fucking happened.
Is the blood bank down at the police department or something? Do they have like one of those Red Cross trucks out front?
As long as the lights click off and the cameras don't work, we can ask Jeffrey Epstein.
Oh. But the last thing that we get is like, it's a happy ending. The three of them, like the kid, the woman, and Seagal are all reunited. We forgot and sort of breezed over the fact that his friend O'Malley just got blown the fuck away.
Well, not immediately, because he too was hard to kill.
Is he who this movie's about?
Kinda wish.
Yeah.
That's a kid who survived the fucking dive out of the second story window under shotgun fire.
Yeah. I mean, he's pretty hard to kill too. Oh, but like the woman runs up to him. Oh, I love you, Storm. Sounds like it's time for a vacation. Vacation? Vacation? You haven't had a job in 7 years. Who's paying for this vacation?
Yeah, this bit is nowhere near as endearing as armless T-800 be like, I need the vacation. It's just fucked up.
But yeah, that's just how we wrap up. And I don't know about you guys. I just feel like I need more and also like a lot less.
Well, just like Under Siege, man, this movie is so far up its own ass. Like, I stopped giving a shit pretty much immediately. And I think that's the only way you can enjoy these kinds of movies, Seagal in particular, because this thing goes out of its way. Like, prop Seagal up on this pedestal that's just absolutely ridiculous, right? But you just get some fucking cheese in there that's just so entertaining. Like, this dude whispers the entire movie, and it's fucking annoying. But he has these lines that are just so fucking absurd. You just can't help but laugh. I mean, besides the point that he's clearly beating the shit out of stuntmen and harassing women, this isn't a bad movie.
Early Seagal is pretty fucking fun. All right, from start to finish, I smiled. This movie is fucking dog dick. All right, you're gonna see some pool settings. You're actually gonna see some attempts at storytelling, but if you're paying attention to this, you're going to find all the loopholes and all these little fucking just big chunks of missing plot. But if you just watch it to see Steven, you're in for a treat, because this man is like, hey, let me give you 90 minutes of how fucking awesome I am. And I'm like, buddy, you ain't got to tell me. I want to see it.
Some air.
Yes. And that's all I can say is it's atrocious to watch, but you got to.
Yeah, like the more that I watch Steven Seagal, the more that I realize he is not an actor. He is a martial artist, and he may be very good at that. I don't actually know. He's like a grandmaster at Aikido or something? I don't know. But an actor, he is not, and that is very obvious in this movie. That's about all I got. This movie's just kind of exhausting.
Well, there you have it. That was The Blood Bank. Fuck it. If you have any strong feelings about the show or the movie, leave in the comment section below.
Be sure you hit that like and subscribe button. Bash that bell icon too, so you know next time we got another one of these brewing.
Get out there and follow us on social media. We got Instagram, Facebook, Reddit, Twitter. We're on Spotify, YouTube, Apple Podcasts. If you guys ain't listening, I'm gonna break into your house and leave a message under your toilet seat in pink lipstick.
I'm gonna do that anyway.